All right, it is Sunday, March 23rd, and I am on my way to the event. I made the dress I have on, and yeah, I will share with you once I get there and I'm all set up. I could only do so much makeup. Anybody else around this time of the year, your allergies kick in, so I had to be real specific about what I did around my eyes, which just eyeshadow, couldn't do much of anything else. But, and no lippy on because I am about to eat breakfast as I drive. So all right, I will see you at the event and show you what I got on and how the event is looking. Okay, I am here set up. I got here, we were supposed to get here at 9:30. I got here at 9:30. I was actually the first vendor to show up, which was really nice. And so that means I was able to get set up. It is 10:30 now. It's 10:33 right now, and so I am completely done setting up. The place doesn't open until 12 o'clock, and so I love when I can set up this early, and I have, even if it's over an hour, where I'm just kind of sitting, relaxing, just kind of debriefing. I love that. So let me show you the setup, and then I'll show you what I am wearing, because like I said, I did make this. I didn't make the necklace, but I did make the dress. But let me show you my setup. And this is different because 4 foot, and then I brought my rack, and she didn't know that my rack was as wide as it is, and so I had to put a majority of the rack behind my table. So then I had to change kind of the setup on the table, and I'm so happy I didn't do all those individual signs and everything. My thinking around that was spot on, because there is no room for any additional signs. I have 2 priceless signs up, and so I will show you that. But yeah, let me go ahead and stop yapping and turn you around. So this is my setup. That's someone else over there, they're still setting up, but this is my setup. This is how my booth is looking. And so as you pan in, see, yeah, all those extra price signs and everything would have worked, but I managed to get everything out that I wanted. What I did was set like a couple of the adult journal kits, the children's journal case, the book sleeves that I do have. I did set the price list here in front, so at least when people come up, here is the entire Wives Pray box, so I can talk about that, and at least all of that is together. And then the card coasters, the children's, the praise pouches up here, but I have the extra ones down here. And of course there's the glass can, the acrylic bookmarks, and so I am very happy with that. And so over here then is the rack. So what I have on the rack, they gave us these balloons, is on everybody's table. There's another price list, like if somebody came over on this side and they wanted to see, but here's the prayer and devotional pillows. I put those on top because you can see those and people ask. And then I just have excess inventory as people purchase. I got stuff back here, and then here are the tote bags, and that's all I brought. I didn't bring anything else. And let me show you the setup behind the table. So here we are behind the table, and we don't have our chairs yet, but I'm thinking I'll have to move this out of the way because there's very little space between the table and here. But the good thing is I have a plug for charging. I got here early enough where I got a spot with a plug, and we know as when we go to markets, charging and all of that is important. So I have all, even though I did bring a portable charger, I am so happy. I know a lot of people who do markets have these chargers. I brought this charger, but I'm right by an outlet, so if I need to charge anything, I'm just gonna plug things up, and I brought all of that. But yeah, this is how we looking from the back. Let me give you a view of what I am wearing. Not sure if you could see that, but this is what I am wearing. Absolutely love this. I made this last summer, so absolutely love it. It's spring officially, so I figured I would wear this. All right, I will check in with you later. Okay, quick check-in. It's not even 11 o'clock, but I had to come in and show you guys. I had to pull up my hair. My hair down was not working, and I left a little hair tie at home, which I try to always have those with me. But they had a random rubber band that I just pulled my hair up a little bit. Looks so much better, and I feel so much cooler. All right, let's go ahead and get this day started. Just quick check-in. It is 12 o'clock and I want to show you how the room is looking. Ladies are starting to arrive and I have been walking around introducing myself, but let me just show you a little bit of the room. That is the entrance and now people are coming through. Very exciting. Like I said, the door just opened. I will be back in later. Printing off the coupon codes and adding them to cards because we have ladies stopping by. If they don't get a chance to stop by, I put the little sticker on the back. We have a conversation. I've made quite a few connections. I'll share all of that in the wrap-up. We just want to come in and check in with you today. So let me turn you around so you can see. All right, everybody, popping in. It is pretty much the wrap up for this week, and then I'll save the rest of what I was going to talk about because I know this video is probably already pretty long, but it's a couple days later after the event, and I just wanted to come in and share with you my thoughts, how everything went. But if you were following over on Instagram, you know I was trying to share as much as I could. It was super busy, but I was trying to share as much as I could in stories throughout the day. So if you're not following over on Instagram, do so. That's when I'll share some behind the scenes, especially if I'm out somewhere at a market or an event or something like that. But anyway, let me come in. I got my notes here and I'll share with you what I purchased from another small business owner. First, shout out, I don't know if the person will be watching this video or not, but I had one of the ladies, she won a raffle prize, and this purple pen came in with her prize, and I was gushing all over. I was like, oh, that pen is so cute. Purple's my favorite color. And she was like, oh, I can tell. And so she said, you want it? And I was like, no, I don't want to take your prize. And she was like, you can have it. And so thank you for that. But a couple top line things I want to say. It was an amazing event. Actually, at the time I'm recording this, the organizer did send out kind of stats from all the people that came. So it was almost 200 women there, and it was busy. It was pretty busy throughout. I would say it started at 12 and it was from 12 to 5. I would say around 3:30 is when things started lightening up and dying down a little bit. There were raffle prizes throughout. I did, of course, I made those 2 raffle prizes. I'll pop up pictures of the 2 individuals that won prizes, but I want to thank, and I'll pop up pictures as well, all of the people that stopped by and made a purchase. I greatly appreciate it. It was fun just leading up to this and kicking things off for this market season. So a few stats. Now, I don't go over revenue and, you know, what I made and all this other different stuff. And I typically do not talk about fee for vending as well. However, I will talk about it in the terms of, okay, based on what I paid, and do I think the investment was worth it based on maybe return so far as sales and different things of that nature. So the Fruit of the Spirit collection did launch. If you did not know, it is live on YouTube. I'm sorry, live on the website. It is live on the website. The 5 items. So we have the car coaster, the tote bag, glass can, acrylic bookmarks, and the mini workbook. And so, yeah, I am very excited about that. So head on over to the website and check all of that out. Now, I, again, 4-foot table. Y'all know I was worried about setting it up and how it would look, but as you saw in the clips, everything worked out fine. Everything worked out beautifully. I can say if I didn't have an opportunity to bring my rack, that would have been pretty, I don't know what I would have done about displaying my prayer and devotional pillows and everything. And even though the rack was up and the pillows were on the rack, I always still had to kind of reference back you know, show people, oh, and here's where their prayer and devotional pillows are and what those look like, and you know, and everything like that. So that was fine. I was located near the entrance, so a lot of people I noticed that came by the table was like, oh, I just walked in which I was right by the entrance. So maybe a few tables. It was like 5 tables before me, but that as kind of was like the natural progression that people would walk in was down that way. And so yes, that's where I was located. The discount code that I did, remember I shared that with you, where I printed off all those stickers for discount codes to put on the back of the cars for people who stopped by, for people who purchased. That went over very well. People seem to be very appreciative of receiving those codes. And so besides the card to connect and all of that. And so yeah, I don't have anything to report as of today for anybody who may have made a purchase. As of the time of this recording, nobody has not. It's only been 2 days since the event, but that went over well, and I will do it again. I did have I don't have it in front of me, I might have thrown them out by now, but I did have tickets left over. And so because the tickets are for, I put a code in my website that's specific to the event, so I can't use those ticket stickers for another event. So I end up tossing out a few stickers, which was fine. I'd rather toss out stickers and not be worried about, oh, I put stickers on all these cards, or printing out whole cards that then I would have to toss because they had a special discount code on them or something like that. So I'd rather toss those out in the recycles as opposed to, you know, wasting cards like that. Let's see. I did decide at the last minute I wasn't going to. I took all of I already decided to take the Wives Still Pray boxes. I took only 6. And at the last minute, I decided to take my books. I was like, well, maybe somebody might just want a book by itself. And initially I was thinking, well, if they do, I'll take it out of the box and they can, but I was like, no, then I'll have to remember to replace it in the box. I was like, I have books, so let me just take a stack of books. And so that worked to my benefit because there were a purchase, not only, well, I'll talk about what was purchased in a moment. Then I don't have the card in front of me, and I do have something exciting to show you, but I probably wait for that for next week's video. Yeah, because I know this video is long. There is an opportunity for me to interview with Houston. I forget the lady's name in the company, but she wanted to hear more of the story of the Fabric Beautique and everything like that. And so that was an opportunity. Also, so many people that came, because it was a women's event, but so many of the women there were also, a lot of the women that came, were quite a few, I won't say every woman, but quite a few of the people that did come also hold events, and they host events, and they host Christian-based events. And I met so many ladies who were like, oh my gosh, we would love to have you then at our event that's coming up, or at this conference, or, you know, this, that, and other. And I was like, wow, okay, that was, I did not expect that at all. Totally unexpected. And then one of the other ladies there, she's an SEO strategist. So search engine optimization strategist. And I will leave her information on the screen because I'm forgetting her name off the top of my head. I should have had my, let me grab my phone. Okay, I had to go back and grab not only my phone, but the bag that had everything in it as well, because I know I wanted to mention a couple things. But her name is Ashley, and she is an SEO strategist for women-owned businesses. And her she's called Ashley the SEO strategist. I met with her. Well, she was offering to do a quick audit of your website, and so mind blowing. And so since then, let me tell you, since then, that was a Sunday, that next day I implemented a ton of changes for SEO optimization on my website. And so I'm just waiting for some other things to process, but yeah, in a future video I'll share with you about all of that. Let's see, what else did I want to say? There was, so selling, the first item to sell was at $12.39. The last item that sold was at $3.13. So like I said, about $3.30, that's when things began to start to die down and the crowd lightened up quite a bit. I had a total of 8 transactions. Most of those transactions came between the time of 12 and 1. I had a transaction between 1 and 2, 1 transaction between 2 and 3, and 2 transactions between 3 and 4. And I would say maybe that the item that surprised me maybe the most, because I do have a couple higher price point items, but I did sell a wives box. I was so excited, and I sold the book. I was like, yay. And out of the new items, I sold a car coaster set, a tote bag, the Fruit of the Spirits tote bag, as well as 2 of the acrylic bookmarks. So that was exciting. And yeah, so far as return on investment, because I almost feel like alone between the connections made for people who were interested in having me Vend that I met, that I would not have met if I had not been there, at their conferences, their events. Oh, and one lady wants to do a wholesale. And so, and then with the whole SEO, Ashley with SEO strategist, those updates that she made, that audit and our quick conversation and everything, that was worth the investment. I did not make up my booth fee. That I'm fine with saying that, but and I won't say by how much, but like I said, based on the connections, like truly the connections that were made and some opportunities that I'll talk about here in the future, I'm like, okay, this was so, it was the connections. I always like making connections. You all know we've been here now 8 years, 9 years in Texas. And so I'm still learning, and we moved areas and stuff where we built our house at now, but I'm still learning the area. I'm still learning people and still trying to figure things out. And so for me, connections is really huge, and being able to connect with people. Yes, I am able to build on the list, on my email list. A few of the ladies said they will subscribe. I believe they did, because I did see my subscriber count here on the channel. Hello, go up on Sunday. And of course over on Instagram and stuff like that. So building the community here also was a huge benefit. Absolutely love that. And so yeah, I could definitely see me doing it again next year. Now for me, it was a twofer. Not only was I a vendor, but I also opted to be in which was a separate fee though, that I'm not including in this, is to be in her magazine. So Dawn, who was the host and organizer that runs Shaping Women Naturally, that hosted the event, she puts out an actual physical magazine. And when I tell you, this magazine is so good, so good, so meaty. It has so much information in here. And like, this is just one of the, the pages, it's like old school. Remember getting magazines in the mail? Oh, here's Ashley right here. Both of these ladies were at the event, but here's Ashley right here. She's right here, the SEO strategist. That's Ashley. I met her as well. She had a table there. Yeah, she did. And so when I tell you, it was so good. It was a lot of meeting all of these wonderful people. I met both of these ladies here as well. Very nice. It was good chatting with everybody. And so in learning, because again, like I say, repeat for the 1,000th time, I'm new to the area, so certain things I don't know and that I'm learning. But of course, let me show you. Here is the Fabric Beautique. Yes, and I met this lady, the owner of the dog treats business. She stopped by too as well. But yes, there I am in the magazine. It is, yes, and it comes out, this magazine comes out once a year. I will leave a link in the description box if you want to pick this magazine up. When I tell you, I will be going through, I started going through it. I didn't actually pick this up until the day after, because I was so tired, of course, on Sunday. But I went through Monday and started going through it, and I was like, oh, I get to dive into all. It's so much information in here. It's meaty. Look how thick this is. How often do anybody still out there buy magazines? I like magazines. And so I'd rather have a physical magazine in most cases than reading digital, just because I don't like staring at a screen all day. That's not my thing, to stare at a screen reading magazines and stuff like that. I'd rather just read the physical thing, because I do stuff like this, stick stuff in there. I dog ear things. I probably put color tabs and whatnot in there. But if you want to read this and check out the magazine, I'll leave a link to it down in the description box. So yes, most certainly I could definitely see myself doing this again, depending on what I have going on at the time. If I don't vend, I will most certainly love to go as well. So Yes, I am very excited about that. But before I get any further, next week's video will be me prepping for April 12th and 13th. That's a 2-day market. And I just ordered a bunch of stuff. I'll share all of that in the next video. But let me share with you this small business owner. Her business is called Ashes to Passion. And so she does a lot of jewelry. She does bound journals, different things of that nature, and a lot of her proceeds go back to helping people in need. I forget the name of the charity. I will link directly down below where she has actual contact. She has physical contact. It's not to some entity and you know you're hoping and praying it gets off to who it needs to get to. She is having actual contact with these people. But let me show you. I'm actually going to pan the camera down because you won't be able to see it if I hold it up. But I bought 3 pairs of earrings, and so yeah, let me show this to you as well. Okay, here are the earrings. Aren't these just beautiful? And she made these. She made all of these earrings absolutely beautiful. Let me lay this down. I know the lighting is a little, and of course I saw some purple. This has, you know, little shots of pinkish purple in it, but this, and I absolutely loved these. And so yeah, 3 pairs of earrings, absolutely beautiful. So that is my recap for this vlog. The products are on the website. I will say come April, the product variety will expand. But remember, I changed my mind to do a mini launch and then expand it in April at the April event, because our 10-year anniversary is in April. If you did not know, our 10-year anniversary being in business is in April. And I do have a fun video I'm thinking about doing. So if you made it this far to the end, let me know if you have any questions for me, because I am going to do sort of kind of a Q&A, but you know, maybe what you may not have known about the Fabric Boutique, that type thing, and throw in some other things that you probably don't know about me and things that I do in that video. So feel free to drop those down in the comment section below. But thank you all for coming along with me. This was fun. We're about to do it again in a couple weeks, and I'm looking down on my floor because I have the rest of the glass cans to do some other things to do that I'm going to be working on. So it is going to be busy here in the studio. So stay tuned for next week's video. And yeah, we are going to keep diving in. And yeah, shop the website. The mini collection is out there. Go ahead and visit. And yeah, I appreciate you all so much. Stay tuned for next week, Wednesday. But until then, make sure you are subscribed. Make sure you thumbs up this video. Don't forget to hit the bell so you don't miss a notification. And follow us over on Instagram, Facebook, and Pinterest as well. All right, everybody, have a good one, and we'll see you next Wednesday. Bye.